Welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the unbiased king. And joining me is the man, the myth, the legend, the tank top sage. It's Joshua Gangsta Time Code.
It's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
Josh? Come on. You're muted, by the way.
What's good, Chris? What up, everybody listening?
Hey, also joining us, it is our producer, Edgelord. Big news, Brian.
なんというビッグニュース
What's up, nerds?
Hey, we're back with a brand new episode of New Jump City. Very excited to get into this one. We got a big show ahead of us. We had a surprise return of one Kagurabachi to the magazine, so we are picking it back up starting this week. Very excited for that. I don't have much to talk about in terms of my tier list. I'm gonna give you an update next week, more than likely. But yeah, that's it. Do you guys have anything you guys want to update about? Any new series you're reading, whatnot, stuff like that?
I haven't really been reading anything lately.
I'm trying to catch up on One Punch Man.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I started reading from after the huge monster fight and Garo fight. No, after the Garo fight, post Garo fight.
Mm-hmm.
And they had this like hero mansion, like this big ass headquarters that Metal Knight built, and you know, Saitama was fighting with Tornado. It's really funny. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. I just been feeling like catching up to it, seeing if I'm missing anything.
Yeah, I feel the same way about it. I should catch up to that. I do want to also. There's just so much shit on my list. I have so many series I want to re-catch up to. But all right. With that being said, we should just jump into the show. Very excited to get into it. Let's go. One Piece. This is One Piece chapter 1189, King of the World. I want to say that this is like probably one of my favorite of those like little fan covers that I've seen in a long time. Is the monkey see, they hear no evil, speak no evil, and see no evil. These are funny ones. I like these.
Yeah, and they're all like one of the characters.
Yeah, they're Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro. It's very funny. Anyway, last we left off, Luffy got impaled by one of Imu's swords. And if that wasn't enough, Imu said, you know what, fuck you, and just stapled him to the wall, basically. Stapled him to a tree, basically, and has him stuck there, impaled. Usopp gets some observation hockey going. It's cooking. It's cooking, boys. It's boiling.
Oh, super fucking hype moment.
It's cooking, boys. Don't worry. This is just like it's starting to come to a boil. Huh? Yeah, Usopp.
You put that shit right back in S rank, Brian.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Usopp gets the sense that something happened to Luffy, and Jinbei is like, "Oh man, I mean, wait, okay." So Luffy's like, "He's okay? Is he okay?" He's like, "Consider what it means that this enormous giant was defeated. There's no doubt that Luffy's haki suddenly grew much weaker." It's at that point that the ice covering Shuri has been melted, and she is currently unconscious. As they're trying to wake her up, that's when the new giant pirates come in and crash land into the site. And Gert immediately goes to tend to Loki's wounds. And we get a flashback of Hajrudin's decision to come by. Well, Hajrudin was initially going to go after the kids and save the kids, but Ja Rule told him to go and go to Loki instead. because even if he saves the children, there's a temporary reprieve as long as Emu's in town. So the priority has got to be defeating him. Gerd asks if they know who. Oh, sorry. Hajruden asks Loki if he knows who that is. And we cut back to Emu summoning another sword from his weird omen thing. And he's like, how many will it take to end thee, Monkey D. Luffy? A hateful name.
Salt.
Yeah, ultimate salt. He says, thou had two brothers without this. Thou hast two brothers of different names, one slaughtered by the Navy and the other prominent within the Revolutionary Army. And he stabs Luffy with another sword. This one, the blade of the sea god, Fragarak. And Loki says that it's got to be him, the one red hair talked about. And we get a flashback to way back in the day where Shanks was talking to Loki, and Loki was going on about using the power of Ragnir and his new devil fruit to go avenge his dad and his soldiers. And Shanks tells him to chill. He's like, the government was trying to take control of Elbaf. That's not their end goal. It's preparation for war. And Loki's like, I don't give a shit. My father just died an unjust death, and his soldiers were killed with him. I want vengeance. And he's like, and who's guilty? Who will strike you down? And he says, it's the world government. And Shanks explains that the one who actually manipulated Harold was the king of the world. And he's like, everybody's like, what are you talking about? There is no king of the world. That's the whole point of the world government, is that there's no one king. And as he's about to explain, I think like it's Gaban who's like, careful, Shanks. But Shanks goes on to explain it anyway. He says that like the king's power is immeasurable. To go to the Holy Land will only deepen the mystery. If it were that simple, someone would have already done it. And then Loki remembers, obviously, Rox couldn't do it back in the day. So, he's like, I guess that's a good point. But Shanks mentions that it's not time yet to fight. So, it didn't really seem to stop Loki. Loki goes off to sea anyway, as he explains when we get back to the current timeline. He explains that like I left home for a few years, and in the end, I never did find my way to him. So if that's the king of the world right there, I'll never get a better chance. And it's at that point Hajruden breaks in and says that it's a simpleton's idea of a plan, but I've got no problem with it. Give me a chance to avenge my father too. So hell yeah, very cool. So Hajruden's in. The Straw Hats are all like kind of processing this information, and that's when Robin pops up and pulls up to pick up Chopper and take him to the library. I wonder what for. We cut back to Emu, who is summoning yet again another one of his special weapons. He says this will do more than slash thee. Alas, will be the third. Axe of Jingxiang. Jingqian? I don't know how to pronounce it. And it's at this point we cut back to the seaport where Zoro is facing off against I just had it in my head and lost it. What's his face? Summers. Whew.
Good work, Chris.
Thank you. So yeah, they clash swords. And Summers explains that 800 years ago, 19 kings who created the world took an oath of equality and thrust their weapons into the floor around an empty throne. And he goes on to name the blades that are surrounding the empty throne back at Marie-Joie. And he explains that these are the 19 weapons who brought the world to heel. And it's with the power of Omen that they're able to use them again at their full power. He says there are no lies among the legends each family passed down. This is the power that conquered the world. From the Shepherd family, Grom. And, we see Summers' family's sword, the Shepherd family sword. And we cut over to Killingham and his family's sword from the Rimu the Remo Shifu family Longinus, which is a big spear. So that means all of Imu's weapons are also the weapons that were surrounding the throne as well, that he's just been summoning. So we then cut to the last page of the chapter where Imu's coming in for his final slash with the axe. And who's to stop him but fucking Gaban coming in to save the day. Scappa. And that is where the chapter ends. Holy moly, Josh. What did you think about One Piece chapter 1189?
I didn't like seeing Luffy getting poked up like that, but I thought the sword explanation was really interesting. Because I remember, like they say that the original kings went up to Maribor, like Maribor. So like, yeah, those families would have their own swords technically. So it kind of gives a little bit more weight to the Holy Knights, and like, you know, so that they're not just like another big bad like an emperor or something like that, or admiral. Like these guys on another level, backed by Imu, beyond just immortality. So cool stuff. Stakes is getting raised. I wonder if Zoro wins, he'll take that sword from him.
That would be sick.
But I guess without Omen, it would be an old crusty sword. So
yeah,
he can't take it.
True.
Why do I feel worried for Zoro?
Well, it's not looking good for anybody right now, to be honest.
Right? Like, I think they would need something. Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe Zoro and Sanji holds their own. Gaban's about to get bodied.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
This is it.
It's bodying the mentor time.
Maybe Silver's a pull up so that they can finally die, along with the Boa Hancock.
Yeah.
The rest of their generation would be gone. Is anybody left?
Well,
and then Garp is going to die while in captivity.
Crocus is out there.
Blackbeard. They're going to go assassinate him.
Okay. Well, we actually don't know how many of Roger's pirates survived, so there could be more Roger pirates out there.
That doesn't work for the agenda, so we're going to exclude that empirical evidence. Is that
Fair.
okay with you?
Yeah, it's fine with me. Every one of the generation is going to die right now. In fact,
soon.
Gaban is like the Shinuchi of the old generation. If he dies, the rest of them die at the same time.
I ain't say all of that.
No, they're going to die simultaneously.
Whatever, I'll take it. Usopp had his moment.
Nah, I wouldn't say that's his moment, but...
Nah, he had his moment.
Okay.
Nah, he didn't have his moment, but I don't know. How do you feel, Brian? Like, well, I guess I'll wait till you get into your thoughts. But I am very curious to know, like, how you feel about the little breadcrumb that's left. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully, Eneru saves them. Brian, what are your thoughts?
This is a pretty good chapter, I'd say. Stakes are properly being set up and stuff like that. This is gonna sound weird to say, but finally we get to see Luffy struggle again a little bit, you know, and not just in a oh, my power ran out and now I gotta wait. You guys gotta wait for me to recover type shit. He actually just is getting beat up, which is good because it felt like Gear 5 was becoming like an I win button that and it kind of erased the stakes from everything. But seeing him struggle a little bit in this form gave me a little bit more pause. So that kind of needed to happen at this point in One Piece because Luffy was kind of just running over everything that he fought.
Type.
And I like that we're getting these like lore drops, like more prevalent lore drops. I feel like the backstories with like Brook and stuff like that, while they were great, didn't feel like they were super relevant to what was going on with Emu and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And giving Somers and killing him actual like a power boost here was also very good because before that they seemed kind of like fodder a little bit, but now they're kind of like a solid driving force now that Emu's around. Like it makes sense that once Emu appears, the God Knights are way more powerful just by him being there. So I don't know. I'm like kind of like, okay, I can kind of sink my teeth into this arc a little bit more now. I finally have something to kind of hold on to. So yeah, we'll see how it keeps unfolding. Those are my thoughts.
I like this chapter a lot. It's not quite my RGC, but it's up there. One of the things I really liked is the swords being a bigger deal. They were always like a symbolic thing to be around the throne, but to have them actually like come in and actually be of importance is really interesting. One thing I want to note is that they say that there's 19 swords in the ground. There were 20 kings originally who founded the government. We all know who didn't stay our Marijois. Alabasta, meaning there is an Alabastian sword that is not in that ground.
Interesting.
There, or at least there should be, in theory. So I'm very curious to see if that comes into play. I think it was very prevalent that they mentioned that there were 19 swords, and there are 20 kings. So I'm looking forward to see if that like gets paid off in any way. It's not a make or break for me if it doesn't, but I think it's interesting. I'm not gonna go crazy about the Usopp thing. I'm mostly being joking when I say that, but it is also interesting to note that this is actually the first time we've seen him use his observation hockey in a long time. So since Dressrosa in any real way. So, there's that. I think there's something there. What else? I think it's I think like I agree with you, Brian. I think like it's cool to see like Gear 5 start to be dismantled a little bit, but I think it makes sense because nobody knows how to fight this thing because it hasn't been around in 800 years. The only person who would know how to fight against it is Emu. So I think like it's an intentional choice and it's a smart choice. In theory, Emu could tell other people how to beat him if, they manage to get it away and all that stuff. But yeah. The last thing I have to say, the swords are cool. I'm excited that that does like power up the Holy Knights and especially for Sanji. That's like double trouble for Sanji. He's already had so much against him. He has to fight against the Sleep Tid and so like at least like Zoro's got to face off against killing Somers alone. So because Sanji kind of has to deal with Killingham and the Sleep Tid that's out there. So this is a big boy moment for Sanji. Scopper Gaban, will he die? I mean, all signs point to yes. One Piece is still
YES spells yes.
I would say One Piece is like the best of the regular shonen series, but it is still like a very mainstream shonen series. It will probably fall to the trope of Scopper Gaban being killed, but also no one dies in One Piece unless it's extremely important. So there's a possibility that he gets maybe Edisoned, where it looks like he's dead, but he actually like comes back later. I can't imagine that they'll kill Scopper here and not have him reunite with Rayleigh at least one time. So I don't know. I'm gonna leave a little breadcrumb out and say that maybe Scopper is definitely gonna lose. I don't know if he'll die. In the event that Scopper
when he dies, Silver's is gonna be sitting at that bar, and then he's gonna be like, oh, he's gonna just look out in the direction where he was at when he died, and they're gonna be like, what's wrong? And you're gonna be like,
Scopper.
nothing. Just felt like an old friend saying goodbye.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine.
And he's gonna toast his drink.
Yeah.
Duck and smoke. Duck and smoke. You know it, bro. He ain't pulling up the Outback. He's not.
No, he's not.
Expert smoke ducker.
Yeah. He's a dodger for sure. He'll go for the smoke if he has no other choice, but he won't willingly seek smoke. Scopper Gabon, though, in his old age, he's a smoke wanter, bro. Big league, major league smoke wanter.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I gotta say about One Piece. Any closing thoughts before we move on to the next?
Nope.
Alrighty, then let's go.
Despite the fact that I'm dressed to the nines, I'm still packing heat, and I'm gonna pull out my weapon. Sakamoto
Days. This is Sakamoto Days, chapter 269. Nice. Inner Beast. We open up with some color pages here. There's a hand shaking and some heartbeats and a gun with Sakamoto's name on it. I didn't know what this meant until the last page, and it made sense.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice eyes, like a hawk. It's pretty cool.
I can't do a hawk. I need to get a hawk sound effect for the board. But anyway. Sakamoto Days. Last we left off, Nagumo defeated X, slashed him across the neck. And now everybody's just watching on like, whoa, he did it. And everybody's cheering because they were literally in a death game with X in charge. So everybody's pretty stoked that they won't have to participate in the everyone gets guns competition. So that's when, as Shishiba's watching, he hears a voice behind him saying, not enough. And it's Osarugi saying that make sure he's dead. He says, cut him up into tiny pieces. What he did is not enough. He's like, all that blood is proof that his... And Shishiba's like, what are you talking about? All that blood is proof that his carotid artery has been severed. That's Nagumo's style. He didn't want to make his old friend suffer. It's at that point that Shin pulls up. He walks past everybody straight to Sakamoto. And he tries to wake him up. He's like, please get up. It's over. Let's go home to the store. You know, they're all waiting for you. And after a little twitch, Shin realizes that, like, he's like getting actually concerned that Sakamoto might be dead. He's like, Nagumo, call the JA rescue team. They may be able to save him. And Nagumo is like, I'm sorry. I checked his wounds. His intestines are ruptured and his stomach is lacerated. You know, it's already too late. And Shin's like, what do you know? Just now, Mr. Sakamoto's thoughts. And Nagumo is like, I'm sorry. It's my fault. And, everybody's like sad because Sakamoto looks like he's going to die. But Mr. Sensei Man is like, wait, something's off. He said, he remembered that Atari said that no matter how many times I do it, the outcomes turn out really bad. And he said that she said that when Slur was pushed to the brink, his inner beast would awaken. And that Taro Sakamoto would die in that battle. And he's like, what do you mean? It's just as Atari said. And, Sensei guy is like, really bad? I'd say it all went down pretty breezily. And that's when the big old twist happens. Nagumo looks behind him, and we get a 2-page spread of X standing back up, and he slicks his hair back. And Nagumo already knows what time it is. He kicks Shin out of the way and starts to fight him. Uzuki starts to beat the shit out of him. He pulls out a pen and starts stabbing Nagumo up. And he's like, no, the way he's moving, it's almost like he's back in his prime. And we see X do Sakamoto's shoulder stretch pose that he did when he first got skinny all those years ago. And Sakamoto Days ends with, the chapter ends with X inhabiting all of Sakamoto's battle tendencies and becoming Sakamoto himself, like he does to any of the people around him who die. That's where the chapter ends. Holy moly, Josh. What did you think about Sakamoto Days, chapter 269?
RGC.
Whoa!
Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Yeah, like I was so shocked. I was so shocked, yo. And I couldn't believe like that. I didn't predict that he would take Sakamoto's personality, whether he was alive or dead. I guess it didn't matter. I just feel so silly that I didn't think about that.
I didn't think about it either, buddy.
But-
so
Yeah, well, here we are, and I don't know. He Nagumo must have messed up the exactness of his slash or something. I wish he would have just cut his head off.
yeah.
I want to know what Shin said, that he heard Sakamoto's thoughts. That he said something. Maybe he was like, "Help me, get me to the hospital."
Yeah.
Don't listen to Nagumo.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
wild,
what
right? He
the
doesn't
fuck
know what
you
he's
talking about?
he doesn't know what he's talking about right now.
So look, he couldn't even slice this guy properly. Yeah, this is such a crazy turn of events. I also thought it was interesting the way the guy was like, oh, this shit that like with the as far as the prediction went, he was saying that something's off because even though it seems like Sakamoto's dead, they had like a peaceful, like a pretty favorable situation aside from that. Because he said no matter how many times I do it, the outcome turns out really bad. So I guess that would imply that both Sakamoto dies and the situation around it is dire. Like he would die and they would all lose because of that. So right, he had every reason to feel like something was off, and he's right. Nagumo, X, not only took the personality of Sakamoto, he also discovered how, you know what, I was gonna say something witty about him being the zombie or finding the Lazarus pit, but I fucking hate his guts. I'm ready for him to lose and die. Brian, what are your thoughts? Oh, and the movie guy's a weirdo. But that was a cold ass line.
I'm confused as to where this series is fucking where this is going, because every chapter it's not going how I thought it would go, and sometimes it's in a good way, and then sometimes it's in like a not so good way. I'm just like, it just feels like we're overcomplicating the series a little bit. There's too many what? There's too many of that going on. Like, just can't we be a little more straightforward?
Brian is acting like me. He's acting like me. That was me.
Huh? What? No way! Like, okay, I get it. All right. But yeah, I don't have much else to say, I guess. No, you're not basic.
You're not basic, Joe.
I just can be a Sakamoto hater sometimes.
I like this chapter a fair bit. I also didn't see the twist coming, and honestly, I feel like I should have. But I think it's a good twist. I think it's interesting because a lot of this series has to do with the past and these characters being haunted by what they've done and what they've experienced and who they've lost in their past. And Sakamoto is now fighting it when he gets up. Sakamoto is going to end up fighting a past version of himself. And, Uzuki only has really a visage of Sakamoto at his peak. So, I think it's like kind of apt. It makes sense for the series narratively that Sakamoto's final villain will essentially be himself. And everything that his past, followed him into his new life. So I don't mind this too much. I thought it was an effective twist. And it was well executed in my mind. I'm excited to see where this goes. Sakamoto Days is definitely ending relatively soon from what I understand. Just probably like a handful of chapters left. So, we're in the end game, people. This is it. There's probably going to be like a chapter of all the characters trying to take on Uzuki as Sakamoto and until Sakamoto gets up himself somehow. So I'm excited to see where this goes. At least the action's going to be sick. But yeah, that's all I got for Sakamoto Days. Any rebuttals or anything?
No.
Alrighty then. Let's move on.
Please use the terrain.
Please use the terrain. All right, let's move onward.
The champ is here!
Kagurabachi. And with that, I'm going to pass this one over to Josh.
Thank you, man. Kagurabachi, after taking a month-long hiatus, no way it should have still stood on the tier list, but there it was.
It's not the same. It's not the same.
Chapter number 120, because you could predict the future.
No, I knew it was going to come back and it was going to be more regular than it was definitely not going to disappear for 3 years at a time.
You didn't know
every
that
10 chapters. It definitely doesn't have an artist that is constantly sick and takes multi-year breaks. But go on.
I don't want to wish bad things out of spite on this author. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to create any binding vows. All right, whatever. Kagurabachi, last month, they was trying really hard to process and smelt the Datsenseki ore. And we learned that blacksmiths tend to go blind because they have to look intensely into the fire, and the heat wears away at their eyes. That was the most significant thing I remember to keep this stack with y'all. But Rokuhira Senior, he has specialized that don't get burned by the fire and allow him to hyperfixate. It's really cool. Yeah, and it looked like they was about to have a breakthrough. So we start with this week after a long, arduous, month-long hiatus.
It was
that we wasn't definitely, we had no idea what time it would really for sure come back.
And it came back earlier than we thought.
We start with
all right, since you want to throw shade.
Actually, I think it was more than a month. I think it was a little bit more than a month, actually. That's what it feels like.
It definitely wasn't 3 years.
So, HunterXHunter was 3 years?
At least 2.
Shit, at least 2. You're right. Okay, look, that's that. We start this week with a flashback. And Kunishige is with his dad. And he's like, "Ooh, you're going to make a great blacksmith." His dad was a blacksmith too. They didn't have a great relationship though, because he abused his mother, and when he was drunk, he would also take it out on Rokuhira. Eventually, he got killed by a customer, like at his job, and it was really sudden. And Kunishiga had to cope with it, and his mom, like, I guess, was seemingly relieved, but before we skip ahead a little bit further, there's like a really sweet moment between Kunishiga and his mom, and he's explaining how he's always going to be there for her and he's going to protect her, unlike his dad. But unfortunately, the stress from losing I guess their father, and even though they had money to help them get by, she still dealt with, like, I guess, PTSD from like having to live like under someone like that. And she even started to take out her stress on her son, because he looked so much like him and he had those eyes. She was trying to like gouge him out with her fingers. Really sad, actually, like super duper sad. Just telling him, don't look at me like that. Rough. Eventually she couldn't take the pain anymore and took her own life. And that, between losing his father and then living with his mom, living with his dad, who was crazy and made things tough for them, and then him dying, and then them coping with that, and the mom dealing, being like negative towards like Kunishige, and then her passing away, that really formed this the personality of Kunishige at like a really young age, to be like really distant and like on his own, for the most part. But that didn't last forever, because Kayori, what's the girl's name?
Hold on.
I cannot remember. Ayori?
No, shit. It's very similar to Chihiro's name. Chiaki.
Chiaki. Oh, thanks, guys. All right. He meets Chiaki, along with like other friends, like he makes like in the village. But he always had a tendency to kind of like go off on his own. I guess when he and kind of ghost everybody whenever he was going through something or was feeling bad, or was actually physically ill. However, one of these days, Chiaki pulled up, and Chiaki pulled up just to check in on him, and Kunishige was just confused. He's like, "Why would you do something like that for like a person like me? Like, I'm, you know what I mean? Like, what's like, he's apprehensive because the people that he loved and he was attached to both expressed their love in very hateful ways. So, obviously he's defensive, but Chiaki just like lets him know like that she's glad that she's okay, and that that's the gist of it. Just that, that he matters, like, to her, and he matters in general, and they have a really sweet relationship because she was basically his link back, I guess, like, to humanity, and not being a complete shutout, even though he's not in the greatest of states these days. but I think that's on because of his own machinations. Anyway, yeah, I mean, they shared a really cute moment. You know, after she went to cheer him up and they lit firecrackers, and that's really the end of the chapter. Just showing the relationship and connection they had as children. And so, yeah. Brian, what are your thoughts?
RGC.
Oh,
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Yeah, this was a surprisingly touching story here. You know, I guess it kind of adds more to the reason why Kunishige is so terrible at taking care of himself. And it's because of, you know, the family that he had growing up and stuff. They never really taught him how to, or maybe he didn't feel like he could or should take care of himself. But you know, man, this whole situation is so fucking heartbreaking, especially for somebody like Kunishige, who is like, you know, you wouldn't glean this from him when you see him when he's older, like this, that this was his upbringing, you know, that this was the kind of trauma that he was raised in. So this kid is so strong and so, like, you know, resilient for getting through all that and still having like a soul. You know what I mean? Like having such a kind heart and an uplifting spirit. But what really made the chapter was his connection with Chiaki, you know, and this kind of shows why they kind of fall for each other in a way, because it's like they're just there for each other in a way that nobody else was, you know? Because he brings a lot of joy into her life and she makes sure that he's still alive. So, I don't know. This was something that they both needed, you know? They both needed needed each other at this time. And this is a beautiful kind of way to kind of tell their story. And it's kind of sad that they're both dead now.
Yeah.
wow.
Well, they're both dead now.
That was really touching and then morbid. Jeez.
Yeah, like I don't know. When I looked at that last page, it's like, oh, that's so beautiful, but there's something so sad about it too, because it's like,
Day is day.
yeah, they're gone now.
Mm-hmm.
Day is gone.
But that's it. Those are my thoughts. Beautiful chapter.
Yeah. My God. I missed Kagurabachi. Fantastic chapter. I didn't expect us to get a backstory to the backstory here. But man, it is heart-wrenching. It's really sad and doesn't really pull any punches. You know, doesn't make any excuses for Kunishige's dad. It's just like he was an abusive asshole, and then he got killed probably because he was like, you know, he was quick to violence and anger, and it got him killed, you know. And the tragedy of his mom, like, offing herself as well, is like incredibly sad. And man, to think that Chihiro is like, you know, he was able to create like a somewhat loving environment for Chihiro is really like, jeez, good for him, man, to come out of that. And, you know, I think a large part of it comes from the community that he grew, not only with the kids that he grew up with, but probably the sword masters that he'll meet along the way. Yeah, this is Kunishige is an interesting character, and it's really interesting to see him grow and mature, and, you know, and to know that at the point of the flashback, he still has a long way to go in terms of growing up. So I'm so fascinated by his character and so touched by this chapter. It's so good. Yeah. RGC, it made me sad.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
What were your thoughts, Josh?
I don't really have much more to add.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I was kind of expressive throughout the chapter anyway, but I agree with a lot of what you guys said. Just a cute chapter.
Yeah.
These are the people that made our main character.
Right. Kind folks. And they're dead now. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next one.
Ruthless.
I don't feel you, but go on.
Ichi the Witch. I don't know why I chose that sound, but I'm passing this one over to Josh.
Thanks. It's me again. And I'm on Ichi the Witch. And this is chapter 92. What? I'm not invited? Question mark. Last week we were privy to why and how Amado got brainwashed by Fujimi. And it's not because she's weird, or rather, and that this doesn't absolve her from being weird. It's just that's not why she got caught.
Right.
It's right. It was because when she was in an epic battle against this magic that was targeting the people in her clan, like the witches in her clan. And right when she was about to deal the killing blow, Fujimi came and brainwashed the shit out of her. So she was approved. Amado was like begging to ask. I mean, before like her judgment, or she's brought by questioning. She wants to go and try to get the magic and save her people. So now we are on. Oh, also, we were introduced to the magic of this new arc, and his name is
Hakari.
Hakari. Yeah, Hakari. He is one of the 7 stars. So this week, Brian's favorite character, Fujimi, she's still whining, and she's upset that Hakari, the magic, won't let Fujimi acquire it. The other magic that's with them, which is also a 7-star, if I'd seen that correctly.
You are correct.
Yeah, and has this really awesome ability that could create portals with hands coming out of them. Did I say awesome? I meant fucking off-putting.
Yeah.
But tactical nonetheless. Anyway, he's kindly asking Fujimi to get the fuck up out of there. Opens up a little portal to pick her up and take her out. And she literally grabs the ends of the fucking strange portal and is like, nope. I'm not going to touch point yet. I still have a bone to pick with you. Those are all Rivals references. Brian, acknowledge me.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Brian just hates Marvel Rivals and hero shooters, and he curses the genre. I bet I never see you on Deadlock. Anyway.
You talking about the game Deadlock?
Yes.
Is that another hero shooter?
Yes.
I think it's like a hero shooter mixed with a MMO. Or not MMO, MOBA.
What's a MOBA?
MOBA's like League of Legends.
No.
So it's like a combo of the two.
Fujimi is still trying to get a point across to this other magic. I don't remember its name yet. Mayoi.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so she's just giving them a warning that Amadoro got her brainwashed and undone, so she's not going to be able to save them again. And that also, no matter what, they can't let any other woman but Fujimi acquire them. Nobody at all. That's a solemn promise between me and them. Okay. As the Hakoi is screaming to get up out of here, and throws her through the portal, and it's satisfied. And then we hear Hakari the Magic singing a song, saying "Rah rah rage, da 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 die, da 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 die die." He's an edgelorder, right?
Yeah.
And loves Linkin Park, probably. No,
Probably.
no.
Yeah. I could see it.
One of the other magics, who I also believe is a third 7-star.
Not
magic?
a 7-star. The little guy is
Okay.
Sukamaru. Not a 7-star.
Thank you, Sukamaru. You're good, Chris. You're good.
I just looked up the page, but I was pretty sure he wasn't.
Well, you're sharp as a fucking tack. You know that?
And Baby King.
Oh.
I'm bringing that back. That's gonna be my second nickname.
I hate myself. So anyway, the Hakari, turns out he was singing this song because it was one of Hitsugi's favorites. I know who Hitsugi is. That's the guy that talked that good old shit, the humanoid magic that is currently trapped in Descaris's magic circle underwater abyss prison. And yes, you gotta say the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because she's like that. And it's that serious. So he yells at one of the magic, says, "It's a good song." And the other thing is like, "Yeah, it's a good song." And he's like, "I can't hear you." And he yells it louder. And then he tells him to shut up, you're too loud. This is a recurring theme. So funny thing is, it turns out that the reason why he stole all these like girls like from the ribbon candy is because witches steal and capture magics, put them in a magic circle and use their power. So that's exactly what they're doing. They're capturing these girls, attaching them to this orb that's like siphoning off their magical energy, and it's powering this big walking home. Wow. Howl's Moving Castle? Is this supposed to be a reference to that? I've never seen it.
It could be. I never seen it either, but it could be.
What?
I haven't seen a lot of the Ghibli movies, to be honest. Not through any of their fault. There's just so many of them, and I didn't have the time. I've always wanted to. I've not seen Howl's. Why you haven't seen it? Why you be like?
Oh, but you're the film buff, bro.
Yeah, but they weren't showing Miyazaki films in film school.
I'm stunned.
It's not that crazy.
I'm stunned, bro.
Did you just text me the stunned emoji?
Macaulay Culkin.
The-
Yeah, I did. I sure did. I need to make sure you remember that later.
I will.
Anyway, yeah. So that's Hakari's deal. He created a real life magic circle. LOL. Oh, his name is just Sukemaru. I bet he's the strongest one. I bet he's actually the 7-star.
He's number 0.
Oh, yummy. Oh, yummy. So, yeah, he's talking about how he's never ever gonna let any witch acquire it, and that's it. Yeah, well, okay. As we cut over to one of the young women that's with the group, she doesn't ever do anything, so I forgot her name.
Fuji. No, that's not Fuji Mine.
Ooh, you almost fucked up.
I almost fucked up. I know it starts with an F also. It does not. It's Kumugi. It's
Komugi?
Komugi.
Does she play?
No, it's not that. That's Komugi. This is Kumugi.
Okay. All right.
It's a different name.
I'm surprised you know that.
It's a different name. Why are you surprised?
because you don't give a fuck about that series.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you would never fucking even rank that series.
you guys don't even remember half of the things that happened during the Succession War arc. I intensely researched it
You wouldn't even
to
put
give
that
it the
series-
respect.
You wouldn't even want to rank that series at all. Like, I don't even know why
God.
you know anything about it.
Just go on with your little recaps, all right?
Just let go. Just let it.
You guys are making me want to like hold on tighter.
Just let it go.
Your trolling is not making it easier for me to like. It makes me want to like be more stringent about my rules.
Not very unbiased of you.
I'm gonna beg the Lord and every other being from across every religion, and beg them to show you the light and wisdom and the error of your ways.
I said multiple times it's an S tier series, but it's just not regular. This is the tier list of the current running Shonen Jump series, regular running series that are not
it's running regularly right now.
not regular. It will be gone again.
Yeah, but it's running right now.
It's-
You said
it's not-
The
that
current
is the-
It's
regularly running.
You say it's so like nothing. Does that like it? Like are you numb? Do you not care?
Having to reiterate the fact 1,000 times, yes, it makes you a little numb to it. With some people who don't accept it.
I'll never accept it. Never.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
You understand?
You know what, man? I don't got anything to prove to you guys. All right, I understand the series very well.
It's S tier. It's S tier.
I never said it
It's S
wasn't.
tier.
I said it's a regular. It can't be on this particular.
Oh,
tier
you
list.
said it. You said you didn't say that it wasn't.
It's not it. I didn't say it
So
wasn't
you're
S
saying
tier.
that it is S tier.
I've said multiple times that
not
it's an
wasn't,
S tier
was,
level
isn't.
series. It just cannot be on this tier list because
So you're saying
it's
that
about.
it is S tier, huh?
I said it several times that it's an S tier
This
series.
is a never-ending story, by the way.
I've said it a billion times that hey,
I guess there's only one way to prove that you would put it in S tier.
it can't go on a current Shonen Jump series unless it's been in the magazine and it doesn't take 3-year breaks.
All right. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about it this evening, okay?
Are you
not
sure?
even a criticism.
Because we're
I'm
covering it
speaking-
next.
I know. That's why I want to get off my chest. Mid fucking review. What's up? Ichi the Witch fans. Guess what? You should read HunterXHunter. It's super fucking lit. Unless you're Christian Espinal and think otherwise. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. But look, you did a whole entire recap for the pre-show.
Yes, it should show you how much
Like-
I appreciate the
But
series.
my thing is, how could you not become super biased after that? How?
What do you mean?
How could it not transform you into saying, I don't care what the conditions are? HunterXHunter goes #1 no matter what the circumstances.
Because I'm unbiased.
Put it on the tier list.
So,
Kumagi does nothing ever in this series. But we're going to be teased at the beginning of this arc. And I have hope.
and she
Speaking
may do something.
Maybe. Maybe she'll acquire. She won't acquire a magic, man. Maybe she'll acquire a use beyond recording what's been happening. Those are my thoughts, by the way. So don't ask me for them later. All right, no, but for real, she actually she reacted. She didn't have what do you call it? Observation hockey, and realized that the magic was like saying those things from a distance, because that's what I thought it implied. She's reacting to watching this recording of Amadoro begging to be allowed to fight the magic. So she runs to go try to figure out something, any potential tactics that could help against like that magic in her situation. that's because she knows how it feels, you know, to feel shameful to at her own uselessness. Now I feel bad about talking all that shit, but actually, I don't feel that bad. This is her redemption arc. Her and Usopp. Let's go. So anyway, Ichi pulls up to Kumigi. He's like, "Yo, you need some help? Like, let's help her together." And she's fucking stunned. She's like, "Why? Why would you just do it like that? Like, help me. Like, you know, like, oh, how could you even know? Like, that's what I wanted to do." And he's like, "Listen, like, you know, if you want help, I got you, and I know what it feels like to help someone else." As he thinks about Raku Gokes and yeah, actually just Raku Gokes in that from the past arc. So yeah. And she's like, awesome, thank you. And right when they're having that nice smiley moment, Descaris butts her head in, and she's like, "Get the fuck out of here." Yeah, I'm wilding for respect. We just had a whole situation, you know, and y'all can't be making decisions without me anyway. I'm the leader and the boss bitch around here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's when Raku Gokes pulls up and he's like, you know, look, if Chan's going, if the MC's going, I'm pulling up too. So what's it gonna be, Descaris? You know, you gonna be left behind by yourself, or you pulling up to cause some mischief and some more life-changing moments? And Descaris knows that they're not gonna fucking listen to her. So she gets ready to go out and beg Money Gold for approval for them to assist Amadoro in the magic hunt. And that's what they do. Also, there is somebody from the, I forgot the name of
Magic
their
Keepers
association. Thank you, Chris. The Magic Keeper Association. And he was not invited, but he's there. And everyone's surprised. And that's the end of the chapter. Brian, what are your thoughts?
I don't have much to say about this chapter except for like the ending was actually was kind of funny because he's just kind of like like he's confused as to why people are confused about his him joining along. I don't know why I found that kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, I don't have much else to say. This is a good little setup chapter. I wonder if Kumagi is going to be the one to get this guy.
Ooh, imagine.
Hakari guy.
Ooh.
No chance.
Good one, Brian. That has to be it.
Because there's a chance that she's just different enough from other witches that he'd be willing to join her.
Mm-hmm.
But
she's gonna get Hakari, and Usopp's gonna have Ragnar. Everything's gonna work out.
There you go, Chris. There you go, Chris. I like that line.
It's all coming together, guys. It's all coming together, fellas.
yeah, that's it. Much else to say.
I enjoyed this chapter a fair bit, although I think Hakari is being a little too much sometimes. I get that he's like kind of half a gag character, but I'm also like, all right, man. I like his design a lot. I think I think he could be a fun character, but I'm like, goddamn, it's a lot.
He's intense.
I'm excited to see what his deal is, and how they defeat him. Someone's got to acquire the other one too. Maybe someone gets Sukemaru, and that'll be fun. What if Komugi just gets Sukemaru? But Sukemaru is secretly the strongest, so she'd have Yami basically on her team.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for this arc. I like the lineup of characters. I really love the last page as well, Brian. that kind of made me laugh also. I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't have much else to say though. Josh, what do you think?
Don't have too much to add either. I will say I don't care for Hakari's glaze of that other magic, the one that's gotten captured already.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not a person to like.
Yeah, but he's super smart,
person,
and he has a plan.
I thought this magic was cool. Yeah, he does. He has a plan. He's so okay with being locked up in there. No, nigga. You just acting that way because you don't want to give Discaris the that satisfaction, but it's gonna happen after a few years, and after your boy gets packed up. She's not even gonna put the World Hater Magic next to him. She's gonna put that nigga on a whole nother area.
Yeah, alone
He's
in the
never
VIP.
gonna move it up. Please, Discaris, move me next to my love. World Hater.
My love, the World Hater.
I don't got much else to say.
Hell yeah. All right. With that, we should move on.
Amado has one chance to redeem herself.
One chance? She better make it work.
Right. Get off of my phone video.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
Kurapika is now drowning in an indescribable emptiness.
Hunter. This is Hunter, aka the series I apparently hate. Chapter 415.
Apparently.
Apparently. Authenticity. So, last we left off, Kurapika and his team are pretty much setting their plans in order to figure out what to do about the whole Beyond has cursed most of the princes, including Prince Wobble thing. So, you know, they've resolved to figure out who the cursed which one of Beyond's kids is cursed Wobble, and to also get a message out to the regular world to Gon and Killua so they could go and protect the real Wobble that is just out there somewhere. So
yes, sir.
Very exciting. But we opened this chapter 2 months before the Black Whale sets sail. And we open up with a very jacked Furikov summoning his Nenlap.
What's the word you used earlier?
Yoked.
Yeah.
So yeah, he conjures up his cool laptop that's part of his ability, and he gets an alert that they're under attack, and that's where he discovers the curse, Beyond's curses on him, and he's like, "What the hell? Who cursed me?
Jeez.
What the fuck?" He says, "And there's someone who got cursed besides me. Who is that?" If they're listed here, that means they received the same curse that I did. Someone in the military, one of the prince's personal guard. It's probably Longhi. But yeah, he's like, "What the fuck is going on? It wasn't there when I checked this morning, so it must have happened during the day. Today was the seed urn ritual. Is it possible the prince also got cursed?" And he's like, this fucking sucks, dude." He said, he's basically, if the seed urn ritual caused my curse, there's only one fucking person who could have done it. And the face isn't displayed because whoever cast the curse wished to conceal themselves. But there's only one guy who will pull this stunt. And he immediately calls his dad Beyond. And they have a little conversation about the curse. He confirms that Beyond is the one who cursed him. And he's like, "Whoa, I'm surprised you actually even realized that. That's really impressive, Furikov. Maybe you're not such a bum after all."
Right. That sucks, man. Beyond sucks.
Bro, for real. So yeah, he's like, "Yep, it's a safeguard to make sure the succession battle goes off without a hitch. The curse will be placed on you and will work in Prince Benjamin's favor. If you lie," and he's like, and Furikov warns him that if he lies, his ability will give him away. And Beyond's like, "Well, then why are you calling me? Let your ability tell you what you need to know." And Furikov is just like, "I wanted to save time and effort." And he asks him what kind of curse it is. And Beyond explains that it activates when Furikov dies. A postmortem Nen will curse a prince to death. "Quote unquote, a prince." And he said, "I placed it right after you were born. So, you know, it's not going to do anything until you die." So the trigger was that prince, quote unquote, participating in the seed urn ritual. So it doesn't activate until their individual prince takes the seed urn. That's interesting. In theory, they could pinpoint when that was, but it's extremely difficult. So yeah, he's like, I know Prince Benjamin's ability, so I'll just say that this kills 2 birds with 1 stone. Even if you die, you take out another prince, and Benjamin gets your Nen ability. So, you know, it all works out. Yeah, so he's like, he dares Furikov to check with his ability because, you know, he's not going to believe Beyond no matter what he says. And he starts to think, he's like, he wants to sail to the new continent. If he needs to side with Benjamin, he wants to preserve the status quo. So, you know, his plan is to score points with the next king in order to use the Cocking colony as a base camp for, I guess, his trip to the Dark Continent. And Beyond tells him that he won't tell him the target of the curse or any of the details. So he starts to use his Nen ability to see if he can to decipher the curse, because remember, Furikov's ability allows him to, given time, decipher his target's ability and to either create a solution against that ability or a weapon to power it up. And he realizes at this point that it will take a year exactly to decipher the curse and another 700 days to cure it. So literally no time at all. He can't do it. So not great. And it's at this point Beyond pretty much realizes what he figured out. And he says that I told you I placed it when you were born. So, you know, taking your aura over time, it won't be easily solved. You know, it's been powering up for 20 years. And Furikov is like, you gave yourself away. A curse that needs that much aura isn't to target a normal person, but a Nen user. And he asks him if Benjamin is his target. Beyond does not tell him one way or the other. He's like, you know, I like prepared for this, right? You know, once it starts, a Nen beast called the Spirit Guardian Beast appears to protect each prince, no matter who the target is. The stronger the curse is, the better. So, you know. So Furikov is pissed. He's just like, he doesn't know whether he can believe Beyond, but he knows that he needs the Kakin Empire to, like, he needs Benjamin to ideally do well. So, you know, he's like focused right now on trying to get as much truth out of the situation as he possibly can. So Beyond says, like, I'll cut you some slack for the language and honor of your loyalty. You know, there are many there are many goals in the succession battle, but there's only one path forward to receive protection from the Guardian Spirit Beast, and by taking the place of its current king and ensuring the nation's prosperity. He tells Furikov to kill all the princes besides Benjamin before the Black Whale arrives at the new continent and select the sole heir. That's the rule. So, you know, he explains that, like, he admits that his scenario, for his plans, it's best for him to remain on good term with the Kakin Empire. And he likes Prince Benjamin, you know, so anyway, it's at this point he's like, this is making me want to talk too much. I'm going to hang up now. But before I go, I'll tell you that you should make use of my curse, Benjamin. And Furikov is kind of left at nothing. He's like, oh, shit. The seed ritual is still ongoing. According to the schedule, it had only gotten as far as the 8th prince by the time I opened my laptop. So it could be anybody between the 1st and the 8th princes. In theory, Saleh Saleh is dead. So it could be, and I don't know if that happened. If Saleh Saleh is dead, does that mean the curse disappears, or would he still have the curse? I would imagine it would disappear. So it's not Saleh Saleh. So it's between the 1st and the 7th prince. So one of those 7 he cursed. He says, if it's not Prince Benjamin, could it be the 2nd? He's like, she's a Nen user, you know? So, like, she's just as critical a threat as the 9th prince. So, you know, but he also realized that he can't believe anything Beyond says. It doesn't have to be specifically targeted towards Nen users. It could be any one of them. So not great for Furikov. We cut back to the present. It's 25 minutes before martial law has been declared, and Kurapika and Oito are getting ready to send their message. I don't know if you can see my cat from here, but she's around. Bring this down. There's her tail. Hi, say hi to them, Cinnabon. Say hi to my cat.
Hi.
Hola.
Little cutie.
She's a little cutie. Anyway, back to Hunter x Hunter. She's rubbing up against my mic, girl. So yeah, they basically are planning on sending it through the regular mail. Essentially, it's the general store dealer. It's a delivery service that uses drones to deliver messages to the outside world. They say that the final deadline for requests is 2 weeks after we set sail. Letters will get a reply in about a week. So even with several screening processes, it would be expected to reach his Oito's sister in 3 to 5 days. So that's great. So she gives Kurapika a postcard, and basically she explains the code to Kurapika, and they start to craft the letter together so that they don't give themselves away. They were very careful about that. And Kurapika,
Her backwater accent.
the what?
Dialect. She uses her backwater dialect.
Yeah. So Kurapika is thinking to himself that the mail is pretty risky. Even if it passes military inspection, will the drone be able to reach land? The delivery process isn't safe either. So, it could be that the fucking letter won't even get to them. Worst case scenario would be the military finding out about the plan, decoding the message, and tracking the postcard to Wobble. So that's a humongous concern. And it's at that point, I guess, Oito finishes her letter, and they go over to Bobby Mina so that he could send it to the general store dealer. It gets... Say again?
Baby Maya.
Bobby Mina. And so it gets sent. But it's at that moment that martial law is declared, and Benjamin's soldiers start to while out and do the most. We get little snapshots of certain soldiers reacting to it. In 1003, Benjamin's soldier that's guarding Zhang Lei is particularly freaked out. And it's hard to tell what's going on here. Is he being stopped by the other two, or something's going on with him? But he's like thinking to him, is it because I had the coin from Zhang Lei? So something's going on with this guy.
He's stressed, yeah.
Yeah.
He's stressed.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Saradnik is still doing his Nen training, and the soldier and the guard that's watching over him is like, should we do something? It's martial law right now. And we cut over back to, I believe this is Tubeppa's room, where Benjamin's soldier basically tells everybody to chill and get down on their knees and to stand where they are until martial law has been lifted. One of the fucking scientists that hangs out with Tubeppa is like, as if we ever leave anyway. And he puts the gun to his head, and you can see him sweat. And he's like, do you want to get shot? I can call it suspicious activity. And Tubeppa commands the soldier to not point a gun at her scientists because they're irreplaceable personnel that she needs for research on the continent. So, she's like, and the soldier's like, that's if the voyage continues without incidents. You see, there's threat of a coup, a threat of national security, and they're using the succession battle as cover. So, she's basically, this soldier tells her, like, as long as until we get to the bottom of this, there's a truce. Now, please move to room 1001. Benjamin's room, basically. You know, all the soldiers have been ordered to bring the other princes over to his room. And Tubeppa is thinking to herself that, like, man, what is he doing? I don't get what he's after, but it's not like I have a choice here. The soldier in Tubeppa's room notices that, again, that Tubeppa's Nen Beast is active and visible. So, you know, he's thinking to himself that, like, the Nen Beast appeared after Tubeppa entered a contract with Kurapika. So the hypothesis is that it needs Kurapika close to by gaining its. It needs Kurapika close by. I guess it needs Kurapika to be around. I guess that's what he's saying. We see that Tyson is heading off to Benjamin's room. Back in Luzerus's room, Luzerus has managed to escape entirely. Not even his guards know where he is. And we see that the Benjamin guard that was killing all of the other guards has been subdued by the Hunter Association guy, which good for him. He must be strong. So, you know, but despite the fact that he got subdued and tied up, he's thinking that this is still good for him because, you know, he's been attacked and he can basically make up a story in which he has been attacked and this is betrayal on their part. Especially since Luzerus is one of the three princes that have connections to the underworld. You know, the story writes itself, essentially. We do see on room 1011 and that, you know, all of Mariam's guards are being all of Kacho's guards and Fugetsu's guards are being led over. In room 1013, Biscuit notices immediately that the first Prince Benjamin guards there are acting fucking crazy and their aura has changed. So, you know, Biscuit realizes that if they're going to make us leave the room, it must be martial law. And she's like, we can't leave this room. Only the 7th Queen's guards, who are virtually useless, can accompany the prince. And once they walk through that door, they won't be able to come back in. So that is the cost, and they'll be out of the protection of the Nen Beast. So, yeah. So, you know, she's like, if Mariam leaves the space, his guardian spirit may reset or go into hibernation, or worse, disappear altogether. So we have to figure something out. For a powerless lower-ranking prince to survive, we cannot fight. We have to weather the siege. And she goes over to one of the guards named Verge and asks her to ask him something. The chapter ends here in Woble's room one more time, and it's revealed that Bobby Mina tells them that Prince Benjamin has granted a pardon to Prince Woble since apparently this is an unseen kind of advantage. Because Woble is Bebe, it's hard to prove that she had any like ill intent whenever funny business happens in her room. So she's almost kind of immune to being branded a traitor. And Queen Oito has been is under custody though. But until the real Prince Woble is located, and considering you're still a prospective Queen Mother, prosecution will be suspended. So essentially, they're kind of off the hook, Woble and Oito, from immediate legal consequences. Kurapika thinks to himself that they're cautious that of the possibility that Woble is on board. So martial law means that they're going to have to search thoroughly a thorough search for Woble. And she's like, I didn't think they would act so fast. This is too hasty if this was in reaction to my reveal. There must be another important reason. And that's where we leave off with Hunter x Hunter. Josh, what did you think about Hunter x Hunter chapter 415?
This was a very awesome chapter for me. I think that shit is moving at a faster pace, but I will embrace it because, you know, we don't get these chapters for too long. They're too frequent. as Chris has noted several times. I think the situation with the stalemate because of Wobble is brilliant because they were real deals trying to assassinate that baby, and shit was about to get out of control with all the Nen users in there and shit. I mean, I think he's still going to do the training, but it's just nice that, you know, well, I think they're probably still going to try to kill that baby.
Well, they're looking for the real baby, for sure. So that they can kill the real baby.
You don't think they're going to kill the fake Wobble?
No, because it doesn't matter. They get nothing from it? Yeah, they killed nothing. They gain nothing from killing fake Wobble.
Oh. Okay. Well, I like how much thought was put into like by Kurapika, like, yo, like if we're gonna reach out to send some fucking message, you know, to people to meet up with Gon and Killua, like we gotta really, really figure out how to get this message across. And he was like freaking out because he's like, yo, like even in a situation where like the letter gets to her perfectly fine and all of that, right? Like we're gonna have to put in such a code type of language for her to like figure that out, you know, determine a place to go, travel over there and do all of that shit like with an infant, and then trust the like two people pulling up on her. Like that is a lot. That is a whole lot. But I think if Queen Oito says the right things in that letter, we're gonna see Gon and Killua before we know it. In another 12 years, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have children by then.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Maybe we all will.
Hurts.
Yeah.
Overall, really enjoyed the chapter. Bisky is very intelligent. She is not gonna let none of them fucking military people do shit to her. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brian, what are your thoughts?
Another classic, extremely in-depth Hunter x Hunter chapter. Is this the first time we've seen Bobby Mina since the hiatus?
No, we saw him when Kurapika told him about fake Wobble. So we did see him.
Why does he look so different? He looks so much older now.
Well, I think like there's moments where Togashi draws these guys very specifically a little more detailed. Like the first panel of Furikov is pretty detailed here.
Yeah, a lot of these characters look different.
Yeah, it's also like maybe
Furikov even look like Beyond? Does Furikov even look like Beyond?
I wouldn't have guessed it. I would not have guessed that he was Beyond's kid, so I don't think so. Belonghi doesn't really look like him either, so.
Yeah.
But regardless, there's a lot of fucking shit going on. And I think Loser has disappeared because the fucking assassination attempt is finally put into play right now. So they probably just snatched his ass right now. And already bringing him down.
You're right.
Oh, you mean Fugetsu and them?
Yeah.
All about that.
So that's probably what's happening right now. Yeah, they are.
Damn. That sucks because he seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I don't know what their fucking problem is with
Well, they think Loserus infected Fugetsu and
yeah, but with like zero evidence. Like with zero evidence, they think he did it, and they're just like, "All right, I guess we'll just kill him."
Because he's a drug guy, and she has some stuff on her back that could be an injection of sort. But yeah, I mean, they admit they're grasping at straws on that, but they gotta try.
But yeah, I don't know if I have too much to actually say about this chapter. It's just a lot of fucking setup for like I assume a bunch of crazy shit that's about to happen all in a row. So this is like riding up the roller coaster.
Yeah.
It's like you're riding up the roller coaster and you see like you're almost at the top and you know that you're gonna start going down soon. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what the fuck happens in Hunter x Hunter next week.
Yeah, this was a fantastic chapter. I really enjoyed it. Even seeing Furykov's end of things. He's always been a prevalent character during this arc, but seeing him become like a bigger deal as the story progresses, I'm excited to see where his stuff go and who he's cursed. It's gonna be sick. Man, I agree that I forgot totally about the Fugetsu and Melody plan to get Lucerus. But to Lucerus's credit, he did start to realize what time it was and immediately started putting things into motion. So my guess is he's managed to escape on his own. He has like his own like private way. Remember, because the Cha'ar have their own private way up between tiers. So it's not unfeasible that Lucerus would have that same access to their secret door or any other secret passageways that the Cha'ar might have to get between floors. So I'm curious to see how that goes. I would like to err on the side of Lucerus escaping because I think that just is a little more interesting, especially since Lucerus hasn't done much until now, and to see him finally like show his cards would be very cool.
Yeah.
What if he gets mixed up with the troop? You know, he runs into them and he runs into them during.
Hey,
huh?
You guys want to smoke drugs?
You guys down to do drugs right now?
Take a hit of this. You know, I'm into it.
I got pipe bombs for days.
Yeah. Tyson is going to the room without a fight at all. So that's kind of interesting to me.
Her supporters are like so sad for her. It's just fucking hilarious.
What if like her Nenbeast is working on Benjamin's soldier and she knows that she ain't got nothing to worry about at the end of the day?
That would be so cool.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited for what comes next in Hunter x Hunter, but those are all my thoughts. Anything else before we move on?
No.
Alrighty. Then let's move on to the next one. Dandadan. And with that, I'm going to pass this one over to Brian.
All right. Done. Okay. So, chapter picks up where we left off with the giant fucking Godzilla being summoned. And everybody's running away from it, even the enemies. It kind of bursts out of the fucking museum that they were at while the rest of the people are riding away on their raptors. And they're kind of just like, what? It merged with a bunch of the other fucking dinosaurs and shit. And we see it coming over and chomping on the other dinosaurs and shit. And the fucking clown is like, no, not them. Eat the humans. The humans. And they're kind of running away and they're trying to figure out how to properly deal with this thing, but they decide to just head for the barbershop. Apparently because it was enclosed by the barrier. We cut back to the clown and the other guy who got his ass beat by Ira. And the clown is kind of telling this guy to possess the dinosaur with something smarter. And he's just like, who would be smarter, for instance? And the clown says, a legendary hero who was never beaten in over 500 battles, William Marshall. that chimera is the only thing that he says making a human possess the flesh of an animal is kind of difficult. Like that chimera is the only thing I can keep in motion. And he's like, who cares? And he kind of resolves to do it. But he discloses that he's in love with Ira now, and but she's just too strong to be with him. So that means he's down to kill her, I guess.
Yeah. Basically.
And he begins possessing the Godzilla, and it stands up, and Okarun starts nerding out about the stance that Godzilla takes and how it affects gravity and shit like that. And Momo's like, what? And Ira's like, you're just too smart, bro. But the dinosaurs immediately stop functioning and they fall off of them as this guy starts to look like we start to zoom into the face of the Godzilla as it shows like flashbacks of battle and death. And we see, I assume, William Marshall being held by like as a child by like with a knife held to his throat. And there are sieging forces outside that have him, and they're calling for his father to surrender. And William Marshall sees into the castle and sees his father looking over and goes, "Do as you will," basically forsaking William Marshall to death. And this completely breaks William Marshall. And his father goes, "I still have the hammer and the anvil, with which to forge still more and better sons." And we see William Marshall continue to grow up to become the soldier that's never failed in combat. As the Godzilla, I guess, rips the dinosaurs out of its eyes and grabs, I don't even know what he grabs.
It's his own tail.
Like, oh, that's his own tail. He grabs his own tail and begins to get ready for combat. But in the distance, Ira kind of just goes like, "Just keep going. I'll hold them off." As she grabs 2 vending machines with her hair and tosses it at the dinosaur, which immediately slams it out of the air into the ground, like breaking the ground below it. And Ira goes, "Look!" And we see that Gigi is climbing onto the dinosaur's neck. And the chapter ends with him saying, "It's fighting time and I'm tougher." And that's where the chapter ends. Josh, what'd you think of this chapter?
This is a fun chapter. This author cannot help himself but create these characters with such phallic, protrusions. Like, what's going on with this Godzilla guy? Why does he have like a wiener?
Yeah, I did peep that this time.
Yeah, I actually noticed that too while I was covering this.
Freaky ass motherfucker, bro. And he took his own eyes out? Is that what you're telling me what happened?
Yeah, because he has dinosaurs for eyes, and that's the first time I noticed that as well.
He had dinosaurs for eyes?
Yeah. Go to page...
Yes, you're right. 14. It shows it up close. What the hell is wrong with this guy?
I'm just confused why we needed a flashback of William Marshall.
Because he's going to be important.
Who's that?
The guy who's controlling the dinosaur thing.
No, I mean...
No, William Marshall is a different...
No, William Marshall is the guy who's controlling the dinosaur right now.
No, so... William Marshall is a spirit that he's putting into the body.
Yeah.
So he's looking through William Marshall's eyes right now.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I thought it was him.
No, it's not him, but he's pretending to be William Marshall, I guess, or
Who
summoning
is
him.
William Marshall. I'm looking that up.
He's an actual historical figure.
Oh, okay.
He's a great knight who was an undefeated tournament champion, and a loyal statesman. He fought in hundreds of medieval jousts and tournaments, reportedly staying undefeated while capturing horses and riders for ransom. He's also known as one of the greatest knights that have ever lived.
Nice.
And now this guy is inside of inside of Godzilla.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Josh, your thoughts?
So I want to talk about dope chapter. Oh yeah, I was already talking about my thoughts, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a big ass fucking Godzilla monster, like, and he's a horny weirdo. So this is going to be a formidable opponent for sure. That has to be taken seriously.
Yeah.
Is this when Dandadan is at its best? LOL.
Actually, yes.
I don't even mean that sarcastically.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually is. This is actually peak. We got a quick little mini flashback, just the way Brian likes it. Short and sweet and relevant to the characters. Not that slop. Right, Brian?
Slop.
You guys
to
are the ones who
what?
keep bringing it up, all right? I don't want to fight about this anymore.
I love every flashback from One Piece, just so we're all on the same page.
Okay. Me too.
Not everyone here can say the same.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you think he was in the Odyssey?
No.
No. He was an English knight.
Yeah, the characters in the Odyssey are Greek.
It's from the past. Whatever. You know?
Way further past than what we're talking about right now.
Okay. I wonder if he could beat Musashi.
Never.
If this was Baki, absolutely not. I don't have any more thoughts. Brian, do you have any? I mean, Chris, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah. Yeah, this was a very fun chapter. I was confused. I thought this guy was William Marshall, but nope. He's just channeling him.
William Marshall.
William Marshall, the greatest knight. William Marshall.
William Marshall.
William Marshall. Yeah. I enjoyed this. It was a big old actiony chapter. I don't exactly understand what he did with his tail here. Did he just like fling it to the ground? Because it's back up again.
Guess. I don't know. I thought he was about to rip his tail off and use it as a weapon.
Yeah, me too.
After, like, what happens to his eyes?
Yeah.
But why?
Because that's how dinosaurs work.
Made of a bunch of dinosaurs.
Because that's how dinosaurs work. That's how they caught their prey back in the day.
Silly.
That's what One Piece used to do whenever one of Kaido's crew was like did something ridiculous as a dinosaur. They would be like, "This is just what dinosaurs did."
Yeah, that was funny. They're officers.
That was honestly one of my favorite running jokes of the arc. Was like King doing the slingshot of his head.
Yeah.
And Zoro would be like, "What? How's that possible?" And King's just like, "That's just how it worked back then."
They're lying.
But it's so fucking funny. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about Dandadan. Brian, what did you think?
This was a classic Dandadan chapter. Just like it randomly hits you with some, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like they'll be like really silly chapters with a bunch of silly shit going on, and then randomly they'll hit you with the most fucking dramatic, like traumatic backstory for a character. Like this William Marshall flashback did not have to go that hard. Like it just did it. Like you could have just gotten William Marshall, put him in there, and then you would be like, all right, there you go. William Marshall's in there. But no, you had to give him a fucking flashback.
Yeah.
And a motivation as to why he fights. And then arm that fucking Godzilla with that motivation to kill its father. Like it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. That is pretty intricate.
Yeah. It is doing the most.
Like this Godzilla's not even here to fight them. It's here to fucking kill its father.
What?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, I don't know. That flashback kind of made my day a little bit when I read it. I was just like, this did not have to be like this. This is so unnecessary, but okay. I'm along for the fucking ride in this goddamn series. But yeah, that's it for me.
Hell yeah.
Oh wait, no, I have one more thing to say. This fight has Quinta written all over it.
I hope so.
This is literally the most Quinta fight that you could ever do. Just get him in a fucking mech and have him fight Godzilla, bro. Like, come on.
Oh, Brian, you might be onto something. Oh my God.
Okay, now I'm done.
Hell yeah. Well, that was Dandadan then. And that has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. As per usual, you can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Brian is at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram as well. Catch more streaming at twitch.tv/itspunchline. Josh is at jdcole_37 on Instagram, at New Jump City Josh on Twitter. Email the show at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about, and we'll talk about it in our pre-show chat show, which just hit 100 episodes. Very excited about that. That'll be coming out later. With that, thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you guys next week. Stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace out.